I'm Tony Gaskins with TV20. While many companies and governments across the country are reducing staff to balance budgets during these tough economic times, the Cleveland Metropolitan School District has identified some ways to tighten its belt while maintaining its current workforce. District administrators recently released the General Operating Budget and Stimulus Fund Strategy Report. This document serves as the district's guideline to help identify and recommend key budget and operations decisions and key issues and concerns that need to be considered relative to fiscal year 2009-2010. Dr. Eugene Sanders, CEO of the Cleveland Metropolitan School District, joins us now in studio to discuss the district's finances. And Doctor, thanks for being here.
My pleasure, Tony. Always good to be with you.
Always good to be with you, too. The district's cost-cutting measures come as you face some significant challenges for the 2009-2010 school year. What's the deficit look like right now?
Well, Tony, like a lot of school districts around our region and the state, we're faced with some significant challenges as our state, the state of Ohio, deals with some significant funding issues. We receive about 65% of our revenue from the state of Ohio, so anytime there's any adjustment to their revenue stream, it has a significant impact on us. We shared a few weeks back with our Board of Education that based on our projections, we anticipate being about $22 million in a deficit for the 2009-2010 school year. That original amount was about $13.7 million, but we decided this year, given a lot of uncertainties in the economy and that some parents are choosing not to send their children to some private or parochial schools, we anticipate that our enrollment will either stabilize or potentially increase. So we didn't include 100 teachers that we normally would reduce. So the budget is actually the budget deficit is about $22.4 million.
Okay, so there's a little bit of guesswork going on because you're not really sure what's down the line.
And that's one of the problems with our budgeting system in Ohio is that it's based on a number of projections. We actually project the number of teachers for the fall based upon an anticipated number of students who might leave the district. In previous years, without charters or vouchers or other kinds of components that deducted away from our enrollment, we were able to, within a reasonable number of students, predict with a degree of preciseness how many students each year. Now, given that uncertainty and given the overall uncertainty of the economy, those variables are placing a significant role in our projections.
In terms of funding for the school district, where does the bulk of the money come from?
Well, from the state again.
Sources too.
Yeah, well, there are 2 or 3 major sources of where our revenue comes from. The overwhelming majority, about 65% of it, actually comes from the state of Ohio. If you look at our revenue, Tony, over the last 10 years, you'll see that, like a lot of districts, urban districts, we become more and more state dependent. So while that does relieve some of the pressure from our taxpayers, it does now make us a district that becomes significantly dependent upon the state of Ohio. Okay. Another significant portion, about almost 24% of our budget, comes from what we call local taxes, which are taxes paid by businesses and corporations. What may be shocking to know, Tony, that a lot of people don't really realize is that less than 7% of our revenue actually comes from the property taxpayer themselves.
Was it always like that?
It's always been like that for the most part. Now, in previous years, a good portion, a significant more amount of our money came from the taxpayers. But as we've seen this shift with more state support and less property tax from the tax owner, that's shifted over the years.
Okay, so local tax is only 7%.
Yeah, it really is, and I think the big challenge I don't want to underscore it in the sense that it is a significant portion of dollars for the district. But the point of the matter is that because we get our revenue from a number of different sources, including the government itself, the city of Cleveland supports us with some revenue as well from parking garages and what have you. It is a significant part of our revenue, but anytime you have any adjustment at any degree, it has some significant impact for the school district.
And Doctor, what's considered a property tax? What property is taxed?
There are a couple of big pieces that we should understand. The businesses in our community pay what's called local taxes, and that's about 24% of our revenue. Those are companies, those are restaurants, those are factories, those are any corporation that houses products in their facility is taxed, and we receive a portion of that tax.